Have you ever thought like a genius? Discover now. Did you know that Albert Einstein believed curiosity was more important than knowledge? Or that Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb? And that Marie Curie ventured into completely uncharted territory to change science forever? Now, imagine if you could think like these brilliant minds, no matter your age or background. Would you like to know what they did differently? And more? Want to learn 5 simple habits that can transform how you see the world and solve problems, and how learning from mistakes can lead you to success faster than you imagine? But pay attention, the last habit will completely change how you face challenges and unlock your creativity. Stay until the end and discover how these secrets can help you think more creatively and intelligently, just like a real genius. Are you ready to explore a new way of looking at the world? Then come with me, because what you're about to learn today could be the first step towards your next big idea. 1. Question everything. The secret to thinking like a curious scientist. Did you know that Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientists in history, believed curiosity was more important than knowledge? He said, "Truly intelligent people aren't those who know all the answers, but those who never stop asking questions." For example, Einstein wondered, what if I could travel at the speed of light? What would the world look like? That simple question led to one of the most revolutionary scientific breakthroughs, the theory of relativity. Now, take a moment to look around. Everything you see, your phone, a light bulb, the car on the street, was invented because someone asked a question. Questions like, how can we light a room without candles? Or how can we communicate with someone on the other side of the world? These questions opened doors to inventions that changed our lives. But you don't need to be a genius to start. Imagine you're looking at a tree. Have you ever wondered why leaves are green? Why trees grow upward? How they know when to shed their leaves in autumn? Asking questions like these trains your brain to think like a scientist. After all, science begins with curiosity, and that's something everyone can embrace. Here's a challenge for you. Pick something you use daily, like a water bottle or a watch, and ask yourself, how was this made? Who invented it? Why does it work this way? As you search for answers, you'll realize how fascinating the world is, and the most exciting part. Sometimes, a simple question can lead to discoveries no one has ever made before. Einstein showed us that questioning is the key to expanding your mind. The more you question, the more incredible connections you create. So what question will you ask today to start your next big discovery? 2. See things differently. Look at the world through new eyes. Leonardo da Vinci was more than a brilliant painter. He was a true explorer of the human mind. He had a special talent, seeing the world in ways no one else did. When he observed a bird flying, he didn't just think, how beautiful. Instead, he wondered, how does the bird fly? What forces are involved? What if humans could fly too? These questions led him to create sketches of flying machines centuries before airplanes existed. Now imagine applying this skill in your daily life. Think about something challenging you, like a difficult problem or task. Often, we get stuck trying to solve things the same old way, like hitting the same key over and over. But what would Da Vinci do? He would change perspectives. He would look at the problem from every possible angle, exploring new ways to see the situation. Here's a simple example. Have you ever done a puzzle? When you can't fit a piece, insisting on the same approach doesn't help. You need to look at the whole picture and try a different strategy. That's the magic of shifting perspective. And it doesn't stop there. How about imagining yourself as a detective? Like Sherlock Holmes, you can examine every clue before drawing a conclusion. Or maybe an artist. How would you describe the same problem using colors and shapes? To practice this skill, here's a challenge. Pick something ordinary, like the evening sky, and imagine how an astronaut would describe it from space. Or think about a simple cup of coffee, and imagine how someone from 500 years ago might see it. Changing perspectives isn't just fun, it's transformative. As Leonardo da Vinci proved, seeing the world with fresh eyes is the first step to creating incredible things. What can you look at differently today? 3. Practice mindfulness. Discover the power of silence. Did you know that Nikola Tesla, the genius who revolutionized the world with his inventions, had a superpower that anyone can develop? It wasn't an incredible machine or a magical formula, but something much simpler. He knew how to stop and think deeply. Before even picking up a tool, Tesla visualized his ideas in such detail that it was like watching a movie in his mind. He could even test if his inventions worked without building anything until he was sure. Amazing, isn't it? Now think about this. Our mind is like a computer with too many tabs open. If you've ever had too many pages open in your browser, you know it starts to freeze and slow down. The same thing happens to our brain. When we're overloaded with information and distractions, it's hard to think clearly and come up with great ideas. That's where the power of silence and mindfulness comes in. Practicing mindfulness means giving your brain the break it needs. Here's a practical tip that feels like magic. Find a quiet place. Turn off all distractions, phone, TV, noises, and just observe your surroundings. It could be the sound of birds, the movement of clouds, or the rustling of trees in the wind. This simple practice helps recharge your mind and create space for creative thoughts. Want an example of how this can help you? The next time you're stuck on a tough problem or experiencing a creative block, instead of stressing out, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine all the possibilities in your mind, just like Tesla did. Let your mind explore different solutions. You might be surprised by what you discover when you give space for silence. Nikola Tesla showed us that sometimes the best ideas don't come from the noise of action, but from the silence of thought. Great inventions, problem-solving, and life-changing decisions start with a moment of reflection. So why not take a moment to practice mindfulness today? Who knows, your next brilliant idea might be waiting in that quiet moment. 4. Learn from mistakes. Turn failures into stepping stones to success. Have you ever heard of Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb? He's one of the best examples of how mistakes can be our greatest teachers. What many people don't know is that Edison didn't get it right the first time. In fact, he failed 10,000 times. That's right. And you know what he said about it? I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. He didn't see mistakes as obstacles, but as essential steps toward success. Now, let's bring this closer to home. Remember the first time you tried to ride a bike? At first, it seemed impossible. You lost your balance, fell over, and maybe even scraped your knee. But with each fall, you learned something new. How to balance better, how to hold the handlebars firmly, or how to pedal with more confidence. Eventually, you figured it out, and riding a bike became second nature. Every fall was a teacher, helping you reach the next level. Edison knew mistakes work exactly like that. They're not signs of failure, but opportunities to understand what doesn't work and try something different. When you embrace mistakes as part of the process, you realize they don't hold you back. They push you forward. Here's a challenge for you. Think about something that went wrong recently. Maybe it was a project at work, a plan that didn't go as expected, or even a simple task you couldn't finish. Instead of getting frustrated, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Write down the lessons this mistake taught you. Maybe you'll find a way to adjust your approach, try a new strategy, or learn a skill that will help you next time. If Thomas Edison had given up after his first failure, or even his 1,000th, we might still be living in the dark. He showed us that every mistake is a step towards success, as long as you have the determination to keep trying. So, what can you learn from your mistakes today? Remember, the path to victory isn't always straight, but every stumble teaches us how to walk better. 5. Expand your curiosity. Be an explorer of the unknown. Marie Curie, one of the most brilliant scientists in history, changed the world with her discoveries about radioactivity. But what makes her story even more incredible is that when she began her research, no one knew what radioactivity was. It was like exploring a dark cave without a flashlight, without maps, and without knowing where it would lead. Yet her curiosity was stronger than her fear of the unknown, and it was this courage to explore that earned her 2 Nobel Prizes, an achievement very few have accomplished. Now think about yourself. What do you do when you come across something you don't understand? Many times we feel scared or avoid the unknown because it seems difficult or confusing. But people who achieve great things have one thing in common. They look at the unknown with curious eyes, as if it's an invitation to learn something new. They don't ask, "Why is this so complicated?" Instead, they ask, "How can I understand this better?" How about a practical activity to spark your curiosity? Pick a topic that seems hard or even strange. It could be astronomy, artificial intelligence, dinosaurs, or even the history of an ancient civilization. Start researching it. Read an article, watch a video, or ask questions. As you explore, you'll notice that what once seemed distant starts to make sense. And the coolest part? The more you learn, the more questions you'll have, and that will take you even further. Marie Curie taught us that curiosity is like a motor that never stops. The more you discover, the more you want to keep exploring. It's like opening a door that leads to 1,000 more doors, each filled with fascinating things. You just need to take the first step to start uncovering the unknown. So what mystery will you explore next? It could be something big, like the secrets of the universe, or something small, like how a car engine works. The important thing is to never stop asking and discovering. After all, the world is full of incredible things waiting for someone curious enough to uncover them. What will you learn today? Did you enjoy these ideas on how to think like a genius? Don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos, where we'll explore even more amazing tips to unlock your potential. And now, we want to hear from you. Which of these tips will you try first? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know your experience. Your idea might inspire others. Don't forget to share this video with someone who needs to see it. Let's expand our curiosity and transform the way we think together. See you in the next video!